Hello everyone. My name is Sai Krishna Pathri. I am founder of MoneyPurse and a certified financial planner and content creator. First of all, I want to thank each one of you for being here. It means a lot to me. And when I said I'm a finance guy, few of you might have already started thinking today he's going to talk about how compounding works, or he might emphasize us on the importance of budget planning, or he might be about few calculators and show us how to achieve that magical fire number which every Gen Z wants to achieve, that retirement by 40, right? Yeah, finally, I might talk about why importance of start investing early. Yes, you're not wrong. I talk all this stuff on regular basis, but today's approach is going to be a bit different. See, next slide, please. All of you would have heard a phrase called time is money, right? This can be looked into two ways. One, spend time wisely. The other is invest over a period of time to create substantial wealth. And in fact, many of my colleagues, financial planners, they make this statement. People who invest early are the only ones who achieve financial freedom early. In spite of being one of them, I don't fully agree with them. Ask me why? Because I didn't start early either. I am from Visakhapatnam, born in a family which has very little money. My father was a lorry driver, and most of you would have seen trucks on road, right? He was one of the driver, and my family's financial condition was in such a bad shape. It was tough for them to raise me and my brother, so they have sent me to live with my aunt. After a lot of hustle, by the time I was 19 years old, I started making more money than my dad. And I thought I have figured it out because I felt the problems are over because I was working hard, making money. This was me when I was in my teens. And in my entire career, I did many jobs. I started as an electricity biller, where I was billing electricity bills. I used to visit each home, and when I billed them, I used to get 2 rupees. That was my initial income. After that, I joined in a college as a PRO. I was helping students to get admission. I was earning commission out of it. Then I transitioned into pharmaceutical industry, finally ended up in financial industry. In my entire journey, a lot of things got changed, but one thing remained constant, my dedication towards hard work. This relentless effort in every field allowed me to realize earning 60 salary was no longer a dream. In fact, in my late 20s, I started making 60 salary. This might not look big for many of you guys because I know from college itself, many of you from campus interview will start making that salary. But for a child who has been sent away from parents because of a bad financial condition, at least for me, this was a significant achievement. When I started making more money, I don't know what to do with that money because I don't know how to manage that money. I was doing all the silly financial mistakes. I started throwing parties. I was paying bills of others even though there is no need of it. And I bought a house in my early 20s itself with a fat EMI. Ask me why did I bought? The answer is very, very simple. See, Sharma ji ka beta kharid le to mere ko ki kharidna padega na. Otherwise, how would my friends and relatives think that I'm doing well? See, in middle class families, unless you buy a house or buy a car or throw parties, people they will not think that you are doing well. So to make them realize I'm doing well, I started doing all this stuff and I was happy. And after some time, I got a new job, and this company started offering me very good package, and I need to shift to a new city altogether. And I really felt energetic because if I have to shift to new city, in fact, I already got bored with my old job. And when I go there, I'll make new friends, I'll learn new things, and I'll make more money. फिर से खाओ पियो ऐश करो और क्या करना है life में. So and I was in full on mode. Okay, a simple thing, right? But this simple formula almost pushed me to a brink of a depression because I'll tell you why. See, when I have to shift to a new city, I need to shift all my household items from my existing city to that place. I need to give deposit for renting a house, and that company allowed me to stay in a hotel where I need to pay initially, then I can reimburse later. For all this stuff, money is required. And unfortunately, when I looked into my bank account, I have nothing. I was penniless. My brain started questioning me, where did all the hard-earned money go? Only to realize I have spent everything happily. By the time I have realized my condition, I was already too deep into it. In spite of working in a financial sector, my financial planning was in a very, very bad shape. That day, I've decided I have to correct everything. And after I decided, from that day, exactly from a decade, see, many people aspire achieving financial independence, that 5 by 40. Okay, people want to retire by 40, right? I achieved my financial independence in next 1 decade. Actually, I achieved it way before 40, in fact, in my late 30s itself. See, somebody who has started investing so late, how can I achieve that? Okay, the answer lies here. When reality hit me hard, how badly I behaved with my money, guilt started consuming me. And that guilt drove me to take drastic decisions to cut down a lot of expenses and live with as little as possible. But with a family, it is not that easy. It's a tough task to implement. In fact, breaking this news that we have to live with very little money to them was a terrifying thing for me. What would my wife think? How would my daughter react? These questions were haunting me. And I lost my peace, but I felt I have to do it. Then I gathered my family. I told them about my current financial situation. And I told them we have to live with very little money because my desire is to achieve financial freedom early. Let's, as a family together, let's do that. This I've clearly explained to them. Surprisingly, they didn't resist. In fact, they started supporting me. They encouraged me. And their encouragement gave me strength to embrace minimalism. And all of you would have seen in social media, either in Instagram or YouTube or any other platform, there is a rule called 50-30-20 rule. You have seen? Okay, people say whatever you earn, 50% should go for your needs, 30% you should spend for your wants, and 20% should go mandatorily into savings. I have thrown all these rules out of my window. Okay, what I did is, whatever I was earning, I've decided to invest 80% of it. And I've decided to live with rest of the 20%. Now, minimalism was no more a choice, it has become a compulsion. Even though we could afford more, we have decided to limit ourselves, me and my wife. And we have moved to a single bedroom with a flat which is on a third floor with no lift. And we stopped going to parties. We have cut down on many lifestyle expenses. Actually, these were very, very tough decisions, especially when having a child. But we took these decisions and we made it through. In fact, after squeezing for a decade, in every angle, I achieved my financial freedom. And this financial freedom which people aspire before 40, I achieved in my late 30s itself. And now, after achieving that, what I'm doing, I do what I really love. I teach personal finance through my YouTube channel. Now I can proudly say MoneyPurse is one of the leading financial channels in the country. We have 1.8 million subscribers in YouTube and 3 million plus followers across social media. See, if you would have observed in my entire life, there is nothing called starting early. In fact, I started late. I started investing very late. In spite of that, how I could able to achieve what I wanted is taking that one drastic step, guys. That made it everything. So what I'm going to tell you is take that step. Don't hesitate, whether it is in your life or with your money or in your career. Don't get feared of taking that step. And hold on, I'm not done yet. See, somebody who has started very late in investing, when the person like me could able to achieve financial freedom before 40, why every financial advisor in the world push you to start investing early? Let's explore that piece as well. Next slide, please. In our country, if someone buys a house or if he starts throwing party, we casually say, "Arey, ye to Ambani ban gaya," right? Okay. Why do we do that? Because we relate wealth with Mr. Ambani ji. Okay. Why? Because he is one of the richest man in the country. Okay. Now I'll tell you something. Okay, it might shock you. In spite whether your father doesn't own Reliance, company like Reliance, and doesn't give you, okay, can you create something which is equal in net worth to Mr. Ambani? The answer is yes. How? Let's explore that piece as well. When I last checked, Mr. Ambani's net worth is $116 billion. If we convert in INR, counting the zeros itself is very difficult. Okay, it is 9.74 lakh crores. If someone want to create 9.74 lakh crores in their lifetime, if they can double that, the money which they have, if they have a lakh rupee today, If they double it by 27 times, they can create equivalent net worth to Mr. Ambani. If they have 10 lakhs today, if they can double it by 24 times, they can create equivalent net worth to Mr. Ambani. If they have a crore, okay, if they can double it by 20 times, they can create equivalent net worth to Mr. Ambani. Very simple. Okay, 27 times, 24 times, and 20 times. Okay, simple, right? But didn't you get any doubt that why we have only one Ambani in the country? If it is so simple, we should have lakhs of Ambanis, right? See, looking at the numbers 27, 24, 20, it is easy, but doubling money is very, very difficult task. It's not that easy. See, in India, we invest in many products, okay, especially many people, they park their money in their saving accounts itself, they leave that money like that for many years. Okay, saving account offers 4% interest rate. If you have to double your money, it will take 17 years. Okay, if one doubler will take 17 years, to create wealth like Mr. Ambani, it will take, if you have a lakh, 468 years. Okay, if you have 10 lakh rupees, it will take 410 years. If you have 1 crore, it will take 351 years. That means if you park your money only in saving accounts, you can never become a next Ambani. Okay. Now, next product. See, many of our Indians, we feel secure parking money in fixed deposit. Okay, FDs offer 8%, which is a great product. I'm not degrading it, but for wealth creation, it may not good because see, if you park money in FD, it will take 9 years to double your money. If you have a lakh today, it will take 239 years. If you have 10 lakhs today, it will take 209 years. And if you have a crore today, it will take 179 years to create wealth like Ambani. So now we understood if we keep money in saving account and if you park money in FD, you cannot create substantial wealth like Mr. Ambani. Now I'll tell you one good solution where you can create wealth like Mr. Ambani. This is one stock, okay, which has delivered CAGR of 38%. I'll tell you the stock name as well. Okay, that company from inception, it has delivered 38% return. If someone parks money in that stock, okay, if they have a lakh, it will take 57 years to create net worth like Ambani. If they have 10 lakhs, it will take 49 years to create net worth like Ambani. If they have a crore, it will take 42 years to create net worth like Ambani. The stock name is Infosys. Now, all of you would have got doubt. Okay, yes, this stock has delivered so much wealth. That means in our lifetime we can create net worth like Ambani. But how can we find next Infosys? Okay, in retrospective basis, it's easy to tell. Okay, if you would have invested in Infosys, you would have created so much wealth. But it is very difficult to pick next Infosys. Nobody can do that. I'm sure I cannot do it. Okay, for people like me, is there any solution to create substantial wealth? Yes, there is a easiest solution to create substantial wealth in our country. All of you would have heard about a term called Sensex, right? At least when it grows, you wouldn't have heard. When it falls, you would have heard it really well because media covers Sensex gir gaya, people who lost this many crores. Okay, that Sensex from inception, it has delivered 15% CAGR return. If somebody has a lakh, okay, if they invest in Sensex, it will take 131 years to create wealth like Mr. Ambani. If someone has 10 lakhs, it will take 115 years to create wealth like Ambani. If someone has 1 crore, it will take 98 years to create wealth like Ambani. Maybe we may not create wealth equivalent to Mr. Ambani. I'll tell you some very good solution in next slide. I can see most of you are in your 20s, right? If you start investing 20,000 rupees now in as simple product like Sensex ETF, okay, or a Sensex index fund, which offers 15% return, and annually when your income grows, you keep increasing that investment by 10%. If you do that, okay, by the time you reach 60 years, you can create a corpus of 122 crores. You may not become next Ambani, guys, but 100 crores is not small. Even if I consider inflation, okay, even after 40 years, 100 crores is actually a substantial amount. Okay, now by this, all of you would have understood, it's not about only start investing early. Yes, when you start investing early, you will create wealth. But when you start investing early and invest in a right product, you create substantial wealth. Okay, that's the important lesson which I want to talk to you today. And finally, see, for me, even if I have not invested early, okay, I could able to achieve my financial freedom only because my family supported me to do all this stuff, whatever crazy things which I have done, which is not that easy for anybody to do. So it is always better to invest early and invest in a right product. Finally, I want to thank each one of you for listening to me, and I want to thank my parents, my aunt who raised me, my wife Suma, my daughter Joshita, and my brothers Rais and Chandu, and my friends and family, and my all money persons. They played very important catalyst role in my entire career growth. And thanks to each one of you for listening to me, and thanks TEDx for giving this opportunity. All the best.